Hey, what is up, everybody? We threw up our first O for the year, or excuse me, of the month, or not of the year, geez, of the month last night. 0 for 3 on our picks yesterday. Our lock of the day, Devin Booker starts out the game hot. He has 8 in the first quarter, and then he didn't score for the rest of the half, and he finishes with 19. Rough night for Devin Booker. After having a hot start, I thought he was going to get there easily, but Mavericks kind of handed it to the Suns last night as they go to a Game 7. And it's my luck with the two rivals. I've told you every single time I've ever taken a rival. I don't think I've literally ever hit a rival once in my life. The other guy just goes crazy. Seth Jarvis, his entire series, had never taken under a shot. He didn't take one shot yesterday. Nino took 2 shots after back-to-back games of no shots. So Nino beats Seth straight up in those shots. And then Chris Paul grabs 2 rebounds the entire game. Mikal Bridges managed to get 5. Tough. Lost both those rivals as well as our single pick of Devin Booker, but feeling really, really confident about today's picks. We go back to our Giannis and the Bucks versus the Celtics series as well as our Memphis versus Warriors series. So we'll head back to those 2 series and let's lock it in. Real quick, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy, make sure that you there's a link down in the description I have that automatically takes you to the App Store where you can download Underdog Fantasy. Also throws in my Take My Shot code when you guys sign up for that. So when you make your first deposit, it helps me out big time, as well as it gives you a 100% deposit match up to $100. So if you throw in $20, for example, you'll get actually $40, and they'll give you another $23 just to bet on for funsies, a little risk-free bets for fun. And so that is always nice as well to get those risk-free bets. Also helps me out, like I said, big time if you guys use my code TAKEMYSHOT. Because all my picks every single day are always going to be Underdog Fantasy picks. I think it's the best player prop betting app out there. With that being said, now let's get to today's picks. All right, baby, coming in hot with today's lock of the day. Not going to think about it too hard. This one's an easy steal. It's going to be coming from the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Golden State Warriors. Hopefully, this one is not a 50-point blowout again. I'm assuming it's not going to be this time. It'll be in Golden State. But give me Mr. Aquaman himself. Give me Steven Adams, baby. Over 11.5 or 11.0 rebounds right now is what he's at. 15 in Game 4 and 13 in Game 5. He is an absolute rebounding machine. They're the best rebounding team in the NBA, the Memphis Grizzlies are. And they're taking on the Warriors, who really, when Kevon Looney leaves the floor, they don't have a dominant big to rebound. They literally don't. It's always kind of been the Warriors' weakness, is a rebounding big. And so Steven Adams has showed that the last 2 games when he's been back from COVID protocol. 15 rebounds, 13 rebounds. Should have another monster rebounding game tonight. There's no reason to think that he won't. He had 15 in the last time he played in Golden State. So hopefully he can continue to grab monster amount of rebounds. They've got him at 11. I'm assuming that's probably going to go up by the end of the day. So snag it while it's still at 11 right now. So we'll go ahead and lock it in as our lock of the day. Steven Adams over 11.0 rebounds today. This is another one, man. We're not going to overthink this one. Give me Giannis over 33.5. No reason to think that he's not going to hit. I mean, he's going to, as long as he continues to hit the over on his points, I'm going to continue to ride it. In Milwaukee, closeout game versus the best team in the East. I mean, he's going to put up monster numbers. No reason to think that he's not going to put up big-time numbers tonight. 40, 34, 42 the last couple of games for him. Playing about 40 minutes a game right now. They can't stop him. Boston has no answer. You know, they try like every team in the league to try to stop him, try to slow him down. They can't. Grant Williams actually plays fantastic defense on him, but they haven't been playing him. Coach, I was listening to the Boston post-game presser. They're saying that they're liking Derek White's minutes a little bit more right now. He feels like they're giving them a better option. He's giving them a better option offensively, opposed to having someone guard Giannis on defense. So we're going to go over on Giannis's 33.5 tonight. Closeout game in Milwaukee to take them to the Eastern Conference Finals. I like it. No reason to think why he's not going to go over today. Lock it in, Giannis over 33.5. Next up, we're going to head back to the Memphis versus Warriors series. Give me Jaren Jackson Jr. Give me Triple J today. Over 18.5 versus the Golden State Warriors. I've kind of been looking at this line throughout the course of the series. Back-to-back 21-point games for him without John Morant in the rotation. The only thing that kind of scares me with Jaren Jackson Jr. is for some reason, for being the next up star on this team, aside from Desmond Bane, right, being a part of their miniature little big 3 they got going on over there, he does not get that much minutes. He gets around, fluctuates from about 20 to 35 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes a game. For a star on this team, he really does not get that much minutes. Nonetheless, again, another guy down low that's pretty big, pretty dominant. Can also shoot the jumper a little bit. He can shoot 3 sometimes. And that's the Warriors' overwhelming weakness, is interior presence, just like the Dallas Mavericks as well. He went at them last game, was able to get his buckets in early before they blew him out by 60. So he had 21 their last matchup, 21 the game before that in Golden State. Without John Morant in the lineup, he's going to take a lot more shots. So I'm liking Jaren Jackson Jr. today over 18.5. As long as they keep him under 20 points, I think I'm going to lock that one in for Jaren Jackson Jr. I'm actually going to throw 5 picks at you guys. I'll kind of think about it by the end of the day if I want to end up doing a 5 pick. Sometimes I don't like forcing 5 picks. That's why I've gone really down to 3 picks for the most part this season. We're going to go under on Dillon Brooks, 17.5 points. I just don't understand why they have him so high. Obviously, Dillon Brooks and Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr. are the kind of the main offensive weapons for the Memphis Grizzlies with John Morant out. And Tyus Jones is actually a pretty solid backup point guard. So Dillon Brooks really just doesn't take that many shots when it comes down to it. His line the other day was like a 20 or something like that. Got to go way under on that kind of stuff. He's just not taking the shots. 12 points in the last 2 games for him. Didn't play in game 4. He's just it's not an offensive. Is not in his role. His role right now is not to be an offensive menace. It's definitely with Jaren Jackson Jr., Desmond Bane, and Tyus Jones to be the main offense for these guys. So I'm liking Dillon Brooks under tonight. As long as he continues to not take too many shots, we should be all right tonight. He shouldn't come anywhere close to his line. One more line I want to just throw at you guys real quick. Tyus Jones assist line. He's at 7.5 right now. He's had 9 assists in that blowout win last game, and he had 5 assists in game 4. He had 5 assists at half. I don't know how he didn't manage to get another assist for the rest of that game. Tyus Jones, and the times he's come in to be the backup guard to John Morant, he comes in and he assists the ball really well. He facilitates fantastically as a backup point guard. There's a reason why they've bumped it up so high. I think just the other day it was set at 5.5. They've already bumped him up They bumped him up 2 since the other day. He's a great playmaker. He's a great facilitator for this offense. He's got weapons around him. He's got shooters with Jaren Jackson Jr., Desmond Bane. He's got shooters around him, so he's got the ability to find those wide open guys that can shoot jump shots. So I'm liking Tyus Jones's assist line over 7.5. But those are just those last 2 I threw at you. The Dillon Brooks and the Tyus Jones are just ones I was kind of thinking about, All right, baby. So that means it's time for our perfect 3-sip. Our lock of the day is Steven Adams over 11.0 rebounds today for our lock of the day. Give me Giannis Antetokounmpo over 33.5 in a closeout. And give me Jaren Jackson Jr. in a mismatch for the Golden State Warriors over 18.5 points today. All right, guys. With that being said, tonight is the night. Can the Bucks go back to the Eastern Conference Finals tonight to take on the Miami Heat, where I think the Bucks will get past the Heat quite easily, if I'm being quite honest. I just don't think the Heat match up well with the Bucks. Too many questions for the Miami Heat. A lot of guys that have been, kind of injured back and forth. Kyle Lowry, I don't even know. He hasn't even played the whole year, it's felt like. Bucks have the people to guard Jimmy Butler when it comes down to it. Who else is going to step up for the Miami Heat? They don't have anybody to stop Giannis. Don't even try to tell me Jimmy Butler can stop Giannis. Bam Adebayo probably won't be a bad matchup for him, but hopefully Chris Middleton by that point will be back, definitely. So I'm liking the chances for the Bucks tonight. If they do close out the series tonight to take on the Miami Heat. Also a closeout game for Memphis and Golden State. Golden State can close it out at home tonight. Grizzlies are probably going to be without John Morant still with that bone bruise. So we got a couple of closeout games tonight. Solid picks tonight. Let's cash out. Let's get this money. Catch you tomorrow when I sweep this, baby. Let's get it. Catch you tomorrow. Peace.